So in this video, I'm talk about how to progressively overload for hypertrophy, for growing muscle, for getting bigger. Like, especially if you're a skinny dude, especially if you are like, well, when I was like, when I started, so skinny, and you always want to gain weight and get bigger, you gotta learn this concept. Like, this is so important to learn. How to progressively overload and how to train in a proper way that allows you to grow more muscle. Because that's a thing I struggled for a long time. And you maybe know that the way to actually grow more muscle is to progressively overload. What does progressive overload means? Doing more than the last time. Doing more, giving the muscle more stress, more tension, more damage. And so it has a reason to grow, because if you don't give it more damage or more tension, stress, whatever, it's not gonna have a fucking reason to grow. Even if you eat tons of protein, you sleep a lot, it's not gonna matter. If you're a natural, you're gonna give your muscles a lot of stress and tension and damage. So comment down below, how's your experience with progressively overloading? Are you struggling with it? You're like constantly trying to progressive overload, but you increase the weight and then your reps drop down a lot and then you can't do the exercise properly. Comment down below if this is the case and I'll check the comments. So common piece of advice to progressive overload for getting bigger is to, yeah, just increase the weight, just get stronger. And when you hear this, you say, oh, okay, I should increase the weight. And then you increase your bench weight by 5 kilograms. Previously you were doing it with like good form, and now you increased it a lot, so your reps drop down a lot, and you tempos like gets too fast, and you just focused on pushing the weight and just getting the reps. And what happens? You're not getting as much of the hypertrophy benefits, because you're not doing slow reps. You're not going to failure. You're just focused on doing 5 reps with with 60 kilograms. I don't know. And because of that, you're not getting the best benefits of actually growing muscle, because there's a better way to progressively overload for size. You gotta understand that the difference to is there's a difference between progressively overloading for getting stronger and progressively overloading for getting bigger. And it can work, increasing your weight and then training for strength. It can work, but it's not the best way. I recommend you to progressive overload in a better way, like how bodybuilders do it. And it's not gonna come from increasing your weight a lot to the point that you start doing just fast reps and just using cheat form and just being focused on hitting 5 reps, 6 reps. It's not the best way, because we're talking about training for getting bigger, for building mass, adding some muscle into your frame. And you're gonna add muscle to your frame if you train for strength, but if you train for hypertrophy, you're gonna add a lot more muscle to your size. Like, I have videos you can go and watch how to train for hypertrophy. And then the other piece of advice is just get stronger on the basic lifts. So just do the bench, just do the deadlift, and the squat is gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough, especially like I'm telling you, if you're a natural lifter, if you want to grow bigger arms, you should do curls. You should do triceps. If you want to grow your shoulders, you should do like rear delts. You should do lateral delts. For your legs, you should isolate your muscles. Train your neck, your traps, everything. When you're just focused on hitting the compound movements, the bench, the deadlift, the squat, it's not gonna be enough. And that's why I always tell you to train every single muscle group on a different day with compound movements, isolation movements, to just destroy the muscle and make it grow bigger. And so just the big 3 lifts are not going to be enough, and to get stronger is not going to help you. if you're doing like fast reps. And I think that the best way to progressive overload in order to get bigger, to build size, is to go to failure on every set. So let's say you're doing your bench press, go to failure. Leave like one rep in the reserve. Go to like you to the point that you can't even push another rep. Of course, don't drop the bench in your chest, but go to failure. That's how you stimulate the muscle to grow. When you go to failure, you give your muscles enough stress, tension, damage, everything. And when you go to failure on every workout that you do, the bar of failure keeps moving further and further and further. And every time you're training harder than the last time. So you're progressively overloading naturally by training to failure. So that's why I'm not just focused on increasing the weight, I'm focused on training hard, because if I train harder than the last time, eventually I'm going to increase the weight. I'm going to increase it with a good form, not just with fast reps. That's what you should be focused on. Train to failure, and then as you train to failure on every single session, you will naturally get stronger and you will naturally increase the weight in a good way, where you continue doing slow reps, lowering the weight down slowly, and you continue going to failure. And you're gonna guarantee yourself a lot more gains in the future than you just like focusing on strength, 5 reps of bench press with fast reps. You're gonna guarantee yourself a lot more gains if you do the thing that I suggest you to do. So that's all you need. Train to failure. First of all, train to failure is essential for growing muscle. I recommend going to like 10 to 15 sets per muscle group. It's not like I'm doing 15 sets for chest on Monday to failure. And my chest is sore till Friday. But I see great gains. And this is because I'm training with a bro split. Like if I train with a push-pull legs, of course, I'm not gonna do 15 sets on Monday and then 15 sets on Thursday. I can't do this shit. But if you do what I recommend you to do, which is hit every single muscle group at a separate day, you will train harder and naturally make more progress, because first of all you enjoy your workouts, and then you have time to recover. Like if I go and do a push pull legs, like I train hard on my first push session, and in the second push session I can't train hard because my chest is still sore. Like, but that's a different topic. Splits doesn't matter that much. The progressive overload, this is how it should look like. As I said, go to failure first of all, which is the most important to grow muscle. You can leave like maybe one, maybe max 2 reps in reserve, but go to failure. That's how I do it, and that's how I see progress. And then following it, of course, like eat a lot of food, sleep well, focus on maybe if you can get your supplements like creatine, protein powders, get them. I made a video about supplements, you can go and watch. And then as you train to failure, you will naturally increase the weight. The weight is gonna start to feel lighter to you, and you're gonna increase it, and you're gonna most importantly increase it in a good way. Increase it in a controlled way where you're not just focused on lifting more. You're lifting more, but slow tempo, lowering the weight down slowly, which is so important to grow muscle. And then what else? You're also going to failure. So doing just those 2 things is gonna guarantee you muscle. You don't even have to think about increasing the weight, about your workouts, about what kind of split to do, about what kind of food to eat, what to do, how much hours to sleep. If you just train to complete failure and also do slow reps. So let's say you're doing tricep extension skull crusher. You lower it down slowly, and then your last rep, let's say you did like 10 reps, and this is your 11th rep, like maybe 25 kg. You lower it down, and so you slow, like your last rep, pushing. It's not going anymore. Pushing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's failure. Drop it. That's how you do it. That's the best way to progressive overload for size. And that's all I wanted to tell you to get bigger. So the second link in the description is a document on how to progressively overload. You can just go and read it if you want to learn more. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You can follow me. Link in the description is my Instagram. Subscribe to my channel and comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next. And I'll talk to you all the next time.